Okay, here we are in part 7? I think it's 7, yeah, part 7. Just talking about the history of the CastleVania series. I think I was up to Dracula X on the Super NES, which was, well, in Europe it was called CastleVania 5, Vampire's Kiss. We'll fight over here for a while. I'll probably level up to heal. Okay, go this way. Just fight the pirate ghosts and the mummies. They're pretty good for hearts. Well, anyway, let's see. After that, the series went to... well, actually, there was some Game Boy ones in there, too. Mixed in there, there was the Castlevania Adventure, and then Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge, and Castlevania Legends. And then... But that's, like, not really the main series. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. There we go, leveling. Cool. So, I should have two. Oh, I have enough. I can go get it now. Didn't realize it. Okay, and I've leveled, so I'm healed. That's cool. Alright, so then it went to the PlayStation with Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which actually in Japan was called Dracula X Nocturne in the Moonlight, and that was on the PlayStation. They later released a slightly better version for the Saturn, although that didn't see the light of day here. People think the Saturn was a bad system, but if you had like a PlayStation and a Saturn, and if you played like a game that was on both systems, it was almost always better on the Saturn. It's kind of weird. Let's see. Then they were talking about doing like Shin Dracula X, but that never came out. They went to the Nintendo 64 and they did a couple of 3D titles. The first one was just called Castlevania, but most people refer to it as Castlevania 64. And it's funny because it's one of those revisionist things where when it came out, everybody thought it was really cool and awesome. Like I remember the reviews, like on IGN, they were saying, "Oh, you know, it's not as good as Symphony of the Night, but it's a damn good game." And now it's like the same people on IGN was like, "God, that was a horrible game." Oh, it was only 200. I thought it was 250. I already have one. You ask. Get away from me. And they're like, "Oh God, it was such a travesty." And it's like, what the fuck? You guys liked it. Shut up. I liked it. I'll admit I liked it. It was a good game. It wasn't great, but it was good. And they later released... they were going to call it Castlevania 2, but instead it was Castlevania Legacy of Darkness, which was kind of the game that the first game was really supposed to be. You know, with 4 characters and whatnot, more levels. Let's see. And then after that, they went back to the PlayStation and released Castlevania Chronicles, which was really just the first game. The... Akumajo Dracula, it was the X68000 version. I don't know why they called it Chronicles. There's only one game. When you hear Chronicles, you fucking expect like a series like, I don't know. Something like, you know, Final Fantasy Chronicles. That's what you expect. Alright, let's fuck this shit up. You know, and then the series kind of moved to the Game Boy Advance. They did Circle of the Moon, Castlevania Circle of the Moon, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Actually, there's one between those two. It's got Harmony of Dissonance, then Area of Sorrow. And there's new ones on the DS and the PlayStation 2. I can't remember all the titles, but, you know. Okay, here what you're going to do, and this is hard to figure out. I actually, when I was a kid, we actually called the Nintendo hotline. You duck here with the red crystal selected, and you just wait. And eventually, this very strange-looking tornado comes, and... You know. Now this is weird because if you go to, you know, like here's the 4th one, and you can't ever get back. You can go to the right, and that actually takes you to Dracula's castle. But here's the 4th one. You can go to the 5th one by going further left. All right. How much money do I have? Okay, I was making sure I have enough for a steak. Okay, now I actually go through here. Hold on, let me put my shield back on. Those look like spikes, like they'll hurt you, but they don't hurt you. You'll bump your head on him, but, you know, it's weird. Simon Belmont can jump up and, you know, smack his dome into spikes at high speeds, and it's like no big deal. But if Mega Man even so much as looks at a spike funny, it fucking kills him. Where's the justice? I don't get it. Where's the justice? You're saying that, you know, it's like Simon Belmont, who is... Oh, wrong way. Who is flesh and blood. He's just like a normal guy. As a matter of fact, he's weakened from the first game. He has a curse. He's all pale and sickly looking. Is stronger than Mega Man, who's like a robot. Oh no, I did this completely wrong, didn't I? Shit. Yeah, I fucked up. Hold on. I don't remember how to get up to the stake. Oh shit. That's because I usually buy a second one in the other dungeon. but I forgot to do that. Alright, I'll get up there. That was assy. Oh, yeah, you can't jump. Alright. That was completely my bad on that one. Oops. Oh, oop, my bad, dog. Dun, 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 dun. So I wasted a little time. But yeah, so Simon Belmont is not as tough as Mega Man's not as tough as Simon Belmont. I guess Simon Belmont is like the Chuck Norris of video game heroes. He just fucking rapes everything. There actually was a Chuck Norris game for the Atari 2600. I think it was the Atari. It fucking sucked from what I remember. Bum 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 bum. Oh, ass. That was, yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've done this. So I usually don't do this because I'll actually those weird rock things will actually fall if you come near them, but there's actually no reason ever to go near them. Yeah, I usually pick up a stake on the way out of the dungeon before this, but I completely forgot to do that. I think it's like died and I had no hearts. Oh, no, not here. Oh, is it here? It might be here. I know you gotta jump through one of these walls. Yeah, it is this one. Okay. God. I haven't done this part of the castle since I was a kid. I was gonna get raped there. By these strangely orange skeletons. No, I go through here. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Die, you fuck. Alright. Yep. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, now I gotta make sure I don't drop down or have to do all that over again. So I think that there's a place where it will... Well, he'll actually come to me, too. Yeah, alright. Invest in an oak stake? Why, yes I will. Thank you. Now let's just find that. There we go. Now I might as well get that, because I'm going to need another 50. Oh, I have enough. Okay, we're cool. Won't need money anymore. Drop. Oh, get away from me, you ass fuck. God, fucking slow down. It's a bitch. Let me select the stake. As you can see, we have pretty much all the items. There's only a couple left. And now I'm gonna process Dracula's nail. Now what the nail does is it lets you break certain blocks with your whip. But they're actually the same blocks that you can hit with the holy water. So I don't ever use the nail. There's actually certain blocks near the end of the game that you're supposed to use the nail to break, and you have to have the cross too, but you just break them with holy water. Although you do need the cross, so you can't get past that without the cross from what I hear. I've never tried it without the cross. So, I'll have to try that one day. Okay, back through this way. I don't know why I remember jumping across those platforms down there from the... Well, I guess because I usually have the stake coming in. Obviously not going to go back and buy another one. It's too out of the way. Die, you fuck. There's actually two of those merchant guys in the last place. Well, not really the last place, but the next dungeon. And they have... well, one of them gives you laurels. The other is the salesman. Whoa, whoa, I almost fucking... Alright. Red crystal. Same thing as before. Jesus. That would have sucked. Yeah, going this way instead this time. Ooh. That's kind of assy. These fucking skulls are annoying. Die, you fuck. Yeah, alright, that's... Yeah, alright, now drop right here. You can go through here. And there's this guy wearing the lovely color of purple. And he gives your morning star power to burn away evil. In other words, we have the final whip, the flame whip. Is you can't actually get it unless you have the morning star. Come on, come on. Fucking slow down. Alright, break the video.